Crazy guys on small bikes, a trend from the USA. The skate and BMX scene in Germany is discovering mini bikes. Basti Walter, professional motocrosser from Berlin, is a pioneer. We know Basti as the several-time winner of the Night of the Jumps. Here, the stars of the scene fly through the air with wild contortions, celebrated like pop stars. In the mini-bike scene, things are a couple of sizes smaller. The top event in Germany is the Mini-Bike Challenge at the BMX Masters in Cologne. But Basti is still missing a competitive bike, so we're helping him out and pimping out a child's bike, the Honda CRF 50, for €1,590. I want to take part in the Mini-Bike Masters at the BMX Masters in Cologne, but for that we have to pimp out the bike a bit first. I can't manage that alone, so I need a bit of help, namely from Lars and from Mini. And not forgetting the parts we're installing. Only the best is good enough. The price, €8,600. Almost nothing is left of the original. I would say first we have to strip the thing completely. We'll take it apart down to the last screw because we don't need much of it. Lars is the expert in mini bikes and his word is law. The little Honda first has to lose a lot of weight and is stripped down to the frame. First things first, the engine. Originally a 50cc two-stroke with 3 horsepower. We've completely modified the engine so that it can handle the weight. We've a manual clutch, no longer an automatic. We've got a new cylinder head, new cylinders, 88 cc's, new carburetors, new ignition. I think we should have somewhere between 8 and 10 horsepower, so an official 88 cc rating. The cost of this, a hefty €2,500. A new high-grade steel frame cushions Basti's weight and protects the engine block from shocks. That's not necessary at all on the original bike since it's usually ridden by children. Lars explains to Basti that the swing arm is made of aluminium and much more stable than the original. It's made by a Japanese company, rare, expensive, but nearly unbreakable. The cost, a good €800, but with it Basti can make spectacular jumps without wrecking the bike. If the screw's too long, the motto is, if it doesn't fit, make it fit. Lars sets out the plan of approach and they carry on with the fork. Joy here, the carbon air suspension fork is without rival, and the competition at the challenge in Cologne are bound to get all dewy-eyed.
DJ, spin that shit.
The next thing is the handlebars. Lars sends Basti to collect them, not without directing some remarks at him for doing very little work otherwise. Lars explains the advantages of the new handlebars, a better shape, made of aluminium, nice and wide, and with a chic black finish. Basti's broad shoulders require matching handlebars rather than kid stuff. My job is now just to watch. Calm before the challenge in Cologne, but lending a hand never hurt anyone. At the front we now have a 12-inch wheel, 2 inches bigger than the standard 10-inch. That's better to drive, it's a bit more stable, which both wheels generally are anyway. At the front we also have a disc brake instead of a drum brake for more braking power and reinforced spokes front and back. The increase in power requires an oil cooler, which is not necessary on the original CRF 50. Now the Mini Racer is only missing the new sports exhaust and plastic fairings, and then it's finished. Time for a test drive, says Lars.
Das sollte für dich passen, Basti.
Okay, dann mal jetzt einfach mal Probefahrt, oder?
Also, auf zur Probefahrt.
Here once again is the original Honda CRF 50. 10 hours later, our pimped-out powerful dwarf. The price, €10,000. Wicked jumps, stunning landings. On the in-house test track, Basti pulls out all the stops. Will the mini bike hold up against the strain? Basti's judgment is clear.
Wunderbar.
Wonderful. The mini bike challenge at the BMX Masters in Cologne. More than 50 drivers are champing at the bit for the race. Basti is completely concentrated. As they start, Basti is in a good position. The mini bike rowdies don't give anything away. Wheel to wheel, they race around the narrow obstacle course. Basti makes it onto the podium, though only in third place today, but he's not disappointed. We've seen quite exciting races, tough duels, a couple of crashes which are expected, and I'm already looking forward to next year. Tiny bikes, but a huge spectacle.